Good evening, welcome back to Crypto Learning Community. This is the second video for today. There's some things happening on bookmap that I really want to talk about. I'm not really going to spend too much time on past price actions because I've been covering it in detail these past 2 days so much. But for the most part, I just want to go over really strategy building this time. I suppose there's setups that you could take or could have taken, but I'm not really going to pay much attention to that stuff. It's mainly just levels and how I use bookmap and high block to gauge where price is going to be drawn to. It's no surprise that when you hear people talk about liquidity, it's really like an important thing. And there's two types of liquidity. There is liquidity with limit orders, and then there's liquidity with liquidations, right? And the crypto markets are so much more unique because of the amount of leverage that they are allowed to have. So like a lot of exchanges put up to 200x leverage. 100x is most common, and that's often how we get our liquidation maps through like Hivelock and whatnot. So there's a few things that have happened since today's video. We did have this 99k level limit order had actually disappeared and was just straight up empty blank space, kind of like how this 97,500 level is, and they had moved their order up to 100,000. So there's definitely some that just tells us like, okay, there's a player who is potentially hesitant, right, for that level, and we have confluence for both $99,000 and $100,000. Down a little bit. 99k it lines up quite nicely with naked point of control 816. We have an order block, liquidity, and then same goes for 100,000. We have some liquidity. We have a resistance that could respect off of. We have a volume area high of the larger range, etc. We are finally getting a rejection off the more local volume area high of this range here. So we can potentially look for the POC, for price to come back to the POC. Let's see if let's update this. Alright, so we have a little bit of updated levels. Same goes for POC. Okay. That lines up very nicely with an SFP of this low. This is what I was referencing on the last video, is a potential SFP. We've been having some very nice bearish divergences to short these pullbacks, which is evident on the market cipher B momentum waves, as well as the green money flow. I think it looks prettiest on the 12-minute time frame. And I think that'll be the push that'll round us down to the take this liquidity. And once that happens, I'm starting to see a potential coil. And I talked about this in the past video as well. So what we'll see is it's not important all the small choppiness that happens in here, but we're going to see it rotate down. And when this happens, I'm expecting a quick push up. And then we could see something like this, right? Coils are oscillations, really. It's the same kind of coil that we saw over here, or similar. We'll see once price plays out. All right. So let's I haven't actually compared what these levels are and check CVD and stuff, so it's kind of a fresh TA. But that's the point of these videos, is I want to be able to give you the mindset, right? It's easy to do all my TA and then come tell you what's going on, but very rarely are there channels out there that are sharing their thought process, especially for free too. I don't ask anything. Maybe just share it with someone who can use it, right? So this this is called a, I mean, this is what I call it, is a ladder limit order. I see these quite often, and they are a tremendous magnet for price action. They don't always have to be completely filled, and if we do run through them, it is not impossible for more limit ladder orders to be placed beneath or even to replenish these orders. There's really, I mean, as traders, there's so many people who want to say, oh, you know, when you see this, it's guaranteed to be this, but that's not the case. It's all our opinions and our 2 cents. We don't know whose orders those are and what they're planning with it. A good speculation is to say there's an absorption. I do apologize about all that background noise. So as I was saying, these are limit ladder orders and they can be replenished, but the main point I'm trying to get across is they are a large magnet for price. It's super nice right now. I mean, it's evident that we're building out a range just simply through the bookmap. We can see the points of interest. I'm going to look to short 98k, I'm going to look to short 99k, and I'm going to look to short 100k. Those are not only psychological levels, but there's very clear interest at those levels. Personally, if I was to give my 2 cents and my instinct for what is to happen is they're looking to absorb some more liquidity down here and then push it back up to those levels. That's just my opinion. I mean, so let's actually, I'm gonna get rid of all these fibs, just kind of get rid of some noise. I'm gonna use the 6-minute for market structure, and I'm gonna update that. Ooh, this was almost protected on the 6-minute, but we can definitely move this up to here, like that. Why is the POC getting moved? That's been happening. I'm not going to mess with that, because when I went up the fractal, it was definitely aligned correctly. Yeah, that's frustrating. Alright, well, let me see. Adjust some alerts. Okay. And you know what? I'll go ahead and put an unprotected alert here. Nice. Alright. So now that we have our market structure, and we've done a bit of drawings, we did get the bounce off the 786, so that's already finished. The only other place I would really want to pull a fib from is down here. Those are a bit farther down levels. Got the 414 there. Okay. So now let's start to compare these limit ladder orders and look for confluence. It goes to speak for itself that the 96,350 is very important. That's the high interest, right? There's a good chance that that could be the reversal, and that's the key part, right? Like, when I say these things, nothing is guaranteed. As traders, we find these levels, and as price develops on the smaller time frames and carries up the fractal to the higher time frames, will the confluence begin to appear, and the confirmations as well. You know, that being market cipher green dots, red dots, candlestick closes, bodies as well. Now, all those things. Let's just for, yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, so we were looking at 96.6. Lines up perfectly with this low. Major interest at 96,350. It's probably this liquidity here, the protected liquidity, right? And this goes back to what I was talking about, is looking for that SFP. Market makers and algorithms are engineering liquidity in a certain way. Like, I don't think I'm able to fully get that across, Besides, you just need to spend time looking at the charts and looking at bookmap and seeing these things, and you're gonna be like, ah, okay, I see what they're doing, right? And you begin to speculate, and certain things have different you give different weight to it, right? Like to either going long or short, or the strength in a support or a resistance level. So right here is nice. We have the volume area low. We can get the SFP. We have resting liquidity with limit orders, really down to 96 and 95.5. 96 is just about the POC. It could even develop to be the POC, right? Let's see. Why is that? Why is that the POC? That's not right, is it? Oh, that's that one. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting thrown around a bit. Here's the POC. Okay, on the major range. But we do have a developing POC right here, right? It wouldn't take much more volume to turn that into a point of control. I'm just going to mark that another POC. Okay, that lines up with liquidity. Alright. Volume area low. POC 786. Okay, that's nice. Maybe a good area for a long if we get a big breakdown. So 96 and 95.5, huh? Okay. Definitely a point of interest. I'll just go ahead and box that in. Right there. POI, right? And then we have 98 and 99. We already know 99. 98. Protected. Liquidity there. Little order block here. We've already tapped into this one. Okay. So I think one thing that's clear to say is that taking trades in here, like me personally, I wouldn't look for the trades in here. I'd wait for the extensions to the top and bottoms of this range that's forming. So look for shorts up here and longs over here. We can watch market cipher, and we can also use reversal patterns. This is how I would look to trade this, and honestly, I really do like this. This is more of my personally. This is what I like to trade a lot: is ranges. I mean, as you can see, I even took a long in there. It's not much, but definitely a lot more wins than losses. So let's go ahead, and I want to check CVD real quick. Go ahead and refresh. Check it on the higher fractal. Okay. It's a 100,000 level. Nothing really catches my eye on the 15. The 1 minute, we did have, and this is why I shorted this earlier, or one of the reasons, right? We had divergences on Market Cipher, as well as CVD divergence. Where did that go? Or was it this one? Might have been this one. Yeah, it was this one. Let me get my cheat sheet up real quick. Alright, so we can see that we had a higher high, lower high, and then open interest was coming out, and that was a exhausted buyer pattern. So that was a nice confluence for that short. Come in maybe this side of here. Not really much. We have a bit of a divergence here, but open interest is a little unclear. You know, if it's not beautiful, why respect it, right? Don't force yourself to respect something that doesn't look good. Okay. It is now 6 o'clock, so we have an hour till Asia. Maybe they'll give us the moves that we need. Alright, well, there's nothing else to be said. CVD looks fine. There's nothing interesting going on there. We do have, I mean, honestly, every time we break a high, I'm going to look to short just because of the divergences. And then also look for reversal patterns appear, or for longs as well at these levels. Alright, so I hope this helped. God bless and good luck.